Gary. Should I have seen this coming? Maybe if I had been married a dozen times. Since this is my first marriage, I think I missed all the signs. My name is Gary Rapid, and I have been married to Taylor for 6 years. We were both 26 when the wedding bells rang. Taylor owned her own bakery and worked there until her water broke at the birth of each of our 2 children. Now Kenna is 5 years old and Aaron is 3. Taylor has some strange likes and dislikes. As a husband, you learn to deal with them. She hates polka dots and stripes, loves paisley prints and soft pastel shades. Consider purple and orange a pair of her dislikes. Any food that ends in ESE is removed from the menu. Good luck with oatmeal or hot dogs. Like I said, it's irrational, but then again, I probably have my own list too. I work as a production analyst for a local oil company. There is nothing special about this job, just a lot of work with numbers. Taylor and I have a pretty active social calendar, as we seem to go to parties at least twice a month. She made a lot of friends at the bakery, and some of them filled her head with a lot of strange ideas. Whether I like it or not, at these parties I listen to their mindless nonsense. Can your eyes get stuck if you roll them too often? Our sex life seems pretty good to me. Neither Taylor nor I push the limits, so there's nothing perverted about it. So, back to my problem. It was Wednesday when I came home from work. Dinner smelled delicious. The children were watching some kind of animated show. Taylor usually doesn't drink until the kids go to bed, but this time she had a glass of golden liquid. After I kissed her on the cheek, she took the manila envelope and handed it to me. You need to take a look at this. There are some changes that need to happen. How stupid and ignorant I was. I thought maybe this was a wish list for my sweet wife. No, it was a petition for divorce. It was a copy, and Taylor signed the last page. What the hell is this? Relax. I don't plan on filing this petition unless you decide to be stubborn. My lawyer has my signed copy ready to file in court. She assures me that I'll get the kids, the house, and plenty of child support and child support. Children, you could commit financial suicide if you refuse to follow my plans. And what are these plans? I'm going to take a lover, maybe 2. No way! This won't happen, I answered, trying to speak quietly so as not to scare the children. Have it your way. And then I'll have lovers and all your money, or you can take what I give you and be a good boy. You'll still get lucky from time to time. I turned and walked out the door. Who the hell is this woman? What did I do to cause this? Instead of taking the risk and doing something that would have gotten me into jail, I spent the night on my parents' couch. Taylor. Last night, I ambushed Gary. He left and never returned home. But he will do as I want. The thought of parting with his precious money will make him wilt. I'll have the chance to try a few lovers, and Gary will just have to deal with it. Maybe it will be a passing fad, but on the other hand, maybe it won't be. I'll be interested to know. After closing the bakery at 2 p.m., I picked up the kids from daycare and headed to the grocery store. 20 minutes later, with my shopping cart still full of shopping bags, I was putting the kids in the car. Having done this, I started loading the products. A child of 10 or 12 years old ran up to me. Are you Taylor Rapid? That's right. Who are you? I should have given it to you. The guy ran as fast as he could across the parking lot. It was a small envelope, not sealed. There was a note inside. Mrs. Rapid, we were hired to take your life. We promise not to harm your children during your death. We'll be in touch. Till death do us part, LLC. I was shaking violently. I leaned against my car, and it was all I could do not to lose heart. I staggered to the driver's seat and sat there for 15 minutes, sweating and shaking. This bastard won't get away with this. I called the police. When the policeman arrived, I was furious. His answer did little to reassure me. So you are having problems in your marriage. Why should I believe that you did not type this note yourself? I suggest you go to the station and file a complaint as soon as you find out who sent it to you. That is, if you'll find out. We have more important things to do than sort out marital disputes. My next call was to my lawyer. She showed sympathy and suggested that I file for divorce immediately, to which I agreed. Gary walked in at his usual time. His grin pissed me off. but I didn't say anything. He ignored me all the time and spent time with the children. As I was taking the dish out of the microwave, I turned around and saw Gary pointing his finger at me like a gun. He pulled an imaginary trigger and then grinned at me. I dropped the plate. Gary didn't stay for dinner because I called the police again. They told me to get some evidence or stop bothering them. Assholes. My life is on the line and they don't care. The next day, while my parents were looking after the children, I went to see my lawyer. Gary is just crazy enough to kill me, and I haven't slept very much the last few nights. Once in the lobby, I checked the time and found that I had 15 minutes to kill. As I headed to the ladies' room, another lady casually stood up from the chair she was sitting on and followed me. I beat her by a few seconds. In any case, no problem, as there were several free booths. Before I could close my cubicle, she swung the door open and shoved a big fat gun in my face. "Open your mouth wide, honey, and don't say a word." She pointed the gun. "Don't worry, honey. I'm not here to kill you. That is, not today. My name doesn't matter, but call me Jackie Ripper. Sit down, because you're probably going to piss yourself and shit yourself. I'm not. We at LLC want you to have time to say goodbye to your children properly. For the next few weeks, as long as you wear that purple polka dot hat and that orange striped blouse, I'll let you live. If I see you without kids or dressed differently than I just said, you probably won't see the sunrise again. Have I made myself clear enough for you, sweetie?" I nodded up and down. "Fine. I wouldn't leave this toilet more than a minute before your meeting. If I hear you on the phone, you will never see your children again. Yes, and a little homework for you. Figure out how you want to die. Poison, a knife, or a bullet. You know, old age is not a choice. Now finish your little potty break and don't leave until it's time. Can you handle this cupcake?" I nodded in understanding. "Okay, if you try to run away, you'll leave me no choice. Now close your eyes and start praying." The gun flew out of my mouth and tears streamed down my face. But it wasn't tears that flowed down my legs. When I heard the toilet door close, I opened my eyes. On the floor in front of me, next to a polka dot hat and an orange striped blouse, lay a wig and a toy gun. I was shaking more than I had ever shaken in my life. With my lawyer hosting the show, the police finally got the report. They wanted the hat and blouse, but my lawyer refused. They made me look like a circus clown, but I put them on. Before leaving, the policeman agreed to do a quick tour of my house. Nothing unusual. My lawyer left a text message saying that Gary had been served with a restraining order. When the children asked where their father was, I lied to them. Dad brought his semi-automatic pistol for my protection. I felt somewhat safe next to my parents. The wait was terrible. The next morning I put on my freshly washed clown outfit. My children did not go to kindergarten today and will not go in the future. Until the police put an end to this threat, I won't let them out of my sight. My nerves were on edge. Around 11 a.m., 2 children began shooting pistols outside the bakery. The little assholes made me piss my panties. I politely asked them to move their game to another location. "No way, lady. Some scoundrel gave us money to play right here." I called the police. Apparently, I already had some reputation at the station, since they didn't waste much time brushing me off. My regular clients asked why I was in such a bad mood, and I let slip why I feared for my life. This was a mistake on my part. Before I closed the store at 2 p.m., a news crew stopped by to hear my story. Before responding, I consulted with my lawyer, and she told me to publish my story. Maybe someone will have a conscience and kick Gary's ass. My phone and email were flooded with messages from friends and acquaintances offering their support. When my parents moved into my house, I felt a little calmer, at least until the morning. In the bakery, I saw a knife firmly stuck into the wooden door frame. A note pinned under the blade read, "Your destiny awaits you." I filed another complaint with the police, who kept my clients in fear for a good hour. How hard is it to get a knife out of a damn door frame? Wearing the same outfit day after day got on my nerves. Every morning was a challenge. Did I use my children as a shield? Maybe. I made sure to proudly walk them to the car and then hastily buckled them up. Then there was a sigh of relief. The package arrived mid-morning. I really didn't pay much attention to the person who dropped her off. My bakery was filled with flowers from people offering prayers and support. When I opened this package, I screamed. It was a Halloween prop depicting a severed head. I sat in my bathroom shaking and crying. It was not funny at all. A local news show followed my ordeal daily. Gary complied with the restraining order, much to my chagrin. If only that bastard would slip up, maybe this would all end. Although the bakery was usually closed on Sundays, I felt safer in the bakery than at home. Any desire to start looking for lovers has diminished to almost zero. This bastard will pay when the police finally catch up. At least the police have installed CCTV cameras monitoring the bakery. My lawyer told me that the police have nothing yet to link Gary to the death threat. There was no "till death do us part" LLC entry. Why am I not surprised? As for business, the bakery was doing great. Kenna and Aaron loved the attention they received from customers. Those who didn't know the story gave me purple and orange gifts. Polka dots and stripes were now more commonplace than not. I hated it all. Chinese food was delivered to the house. Anonymous helpers are on my ass. The police were losing interest and floated the idea that I might have orchestrated the whole thing myself. This led to several haters boycotting my bakery. Firefighters arrived when they received a call that someone smelled natural gas. This resulted in the bakery being closed for several hours while they checked my oven. No, not this stove, although I was beginning to feel the urge. I'm used to having sex, and many, many days have passed. Then I received a note. Time is running out. Make peace with the one you love. After visiting my doctor, I started taking pills for high blood pressure. I became short-tempered and irritable with everyone. Well, Gary will soon pay for everything. I couldn't risk leaving the house to go to the bakery. If that bitch Jackie wants to kill me, she'll have to break into my house to get to me. This worked for one day. I was going crazy. It's been over a week since I last had a good meal. I survived on protein drinks. The last note really hit me. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Hey, 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 goodbye. I made a decision and spent almost the entire day on the internet. After making a few calls, I thought I had found a solution. After changing into my clown outfit, I grabbed the kids and headed to the meeting in the grocery store parking lot. That's when all this happened. Soon, police cars appeared everywhere. Our top story tonight is an arrest in a murder-for-hire case. Divorce talk has gone off the rails. Taylor Rapid has filed multiple police reports accusing her husband of hiring someone to end her life. Today, she's behind bars tonight after giving an undercover cop $2,000 to kill her husband. Taylor was sentenced to 10 to 20 years for solicitation to commit first-degree murder. Orange seems to be her favorite color in her wardrobe now. As the light shines through the bars, the shadows form stripes across her outfit. The other prisoners seem to pick on her. Purple bruises look like polka dots. She now has quite a lot of lovers, although not by her choice. Quite appropriate, don't you think? The police were unable to trace the $10,000 that Gary withdrew from his 401k account. He said he lost betting on the Celtics. Gary got the kids and the house in the divorce. When Taylor was imprisoned, Gary successfully petitioned the court to sell the house and move his children to the opposite coast. Gradually, Jenna and Aaron forget their biological mother. Everyone is satisfied with the work of the nanny living in the house. Subscribe to our channel so that your second chaff doesn't cheat on you, and go ahead and listen to the next story, because this story is nothing compared to the next one. If you're under 18, don't even think about listening to the next one.